Hello, I am the Show Pal Guy, and guess what? The TCG 25th Anniversary Ready Collection has been revealed, coming in November 2023, and the majority of the player base are incredibly happy because in this set here, we are getting high-level reprints of cards that people have always wanted to play but are just way too expensive. Cards like Baronne de Fleur, Triple Tactics, Forbidden Droplet, even hand traps like Ash Blossom, those cards are being reprinted yet again, potentially either as super rares or as a new, platinum secret rare or a quarter century secret rare. We're getting these new versions of these cards here, and we are kind of emulating what the OCG has been doing. People have constantly been complaining that, oh man, the OCG, they handle card releases so much more better. Their game is a lot more affordable. I think there was a card out there that was like Excel Synchro that was worth like $1 over there, but it's worth like $80 over here. That's just how the disparity is between the OCG and TCG when it comes to card value. It is a lot more affordable to play Yu-Gi-Oh over in Japan than it is to go play in the States or anywhere in Europe. Now then, collectors are incredibly upset about this. And the reason why collectors are upset is the reason why they're also upset whenever the Megatons come out. I do genuinely believe that in the past 5 years, Konami has really made the exerted effort into trying to make the game as available as possible for people who are casual or returning players or new players to get to the competitive scene. I really do believe that. The Megatons have served a great purpose in that. People love the Megatons because you now have access to these incredibly expensive cards that were worth hundreds of dollars, and then they got reprinted in the Megatons, and now they're affordable around $15-20. Cards like Cross-Eyed Designator and Divine Arsenal Zeus was walking around at like $80 to $140 each. But then the reprints came out, and now they're all very affordable. Divine Arsenal Zeus being affordable around $30, and something like Cross-Eyed Designator you can buy now at $20. So collectors are upset about this, and the logic behind as to why collectors are upset about this is that they want their cards to maintain their value. They treat selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I get that it is like their main source of income, I get it, but at the same time though, Yu-Gi-Oh does not care, or people of Konami or the players, we really don't care about collectors or people who are trying to go and resell their cards here. The secondary market has been pretty poisonous for the past couple of years, and I will say this though, why do you want to be committed to a career as being a reseller or work in the secondary market for Yu-Gi-Oh cards when all these cards will always be lowered in value? That's something I don't get. We see like spikes in value during the pandemic when something like LOB, like a booster, like first edition box, could be worth like 6 figures, but now not really all that much actually. I do remember like in Pawn Stars, someone was trying to sell their like Yu-Gi-Oh Legend of Blue Eyes set, like booster, like first edition booster cards and booster boxes, and the value they got was like over half of what they expected. So yes, cards in general are lowered in value, and I will say this for collectors though, this game really doesn't care about you. We really don't though. You're not the lifeblood of this game here. Yes, buying, selling, and trading is the lifeblood of this game, but collectors specifically are not the main source as to what makes the engine go when it comes to the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm a firm believer that you should do what is the best for the majority instead of trying to appeal to the minority. Konami really shouldn't listen to influencers. They shouldn't be listening to pro players, and they definitely shouldn't be listening to collectors whose main goal is to go and buy out these really expensive, really good cards that people really need to play for their decks in the competitive level, and then resell them at like 25% higher than the MSRP value of it. That to me is just absolutely ridiculous here. And you know what? Here's the thing with the OCG. In OCG, you can get these super bright, shiny, colorful, higher rarity versions of some cards like Appaloosa, and it is incredibly affordable. In the OCG, despite the fact they reprinted Ash Blossom so many times, even the higher rarities, it is very affordable even for a beginning level player. You can't say the same thing for TCG players when it comes to Ash Blossom, because that card has took years for that card to finally be affordable. Even the common Ash Blossom for a while was about $30 each, but now with this reprint here, there's a great possibility you could get a super rare version of Ash Blossom for potentially around like $2 or even $3. I am really happy for the TCG 25th anniversary ready collection. This is something that the TCG community have asked for years. Even Cali Effect, Farfa, MBT, Stemo, everyone has talked about how we want our cards to emulate that of the OCG in terms of releases, in terms of ready values, in terms of just how available it is to go attain to get. Meanwhile, I get players like Nim and Gage, or even some other collectors I see online like Milano, who want their expensive cards and they want to keep those expensive cards for long periods of time. You know what? Guess what? That was a thing that happened back in 2020, but I don't think right now that should be the case currently. I understand that we live in a capitalistic society where we're all about trying to do our best to go hustle out there, make as much money as you can, doing non-traditional alternative stuff besides working the 9-to-5 job. I get it. I get the culture we're in. It's like, oh man, you gotta go out there, you gotta go hustle, you gotta go make your money. I understand that, but at the same time though, the world doesn't revolve around you guys. It doesn't. This is a children's card game, not a business. You can make it to a business, like you could turn video games to a business, but the world doesn't revolve around you guys. It really doesn't. The same way video games don't revolve around streamers, the world doesn't revolve around you guys. It really doesn't. You're really big, important fixtures in it. You're important figures within the community, but the world doesn't revolve around you guys. Yu-Gi-Oh does not revolve around collectors or resellers or people in the secondary market. This game revolves around a large majority of the community out there who typically plays this game at a casual, very simple level. For as much as people want to complain about Yu-Gi-Oh being like, oh man, everyone's playing the same deck, everyone's playing at a time tier laments. People are playing Sword Soul, people are playing Floowandereeze. The truth is, if you play your locals, depending on your locals, you're gonna see a whole lot of diversity. There are definitely some locals out there like Core TCG, which kind of emulates that of a regional or a YCS at a weekly basis. But for the most part, the majority of the time, most locals are comprised of your Dark Magician, your Blue Eyes players, your Red Eye players, who will then, from playing those very casual decks, are going to go make that transition into being competitive players. And in order for them to make that transition really good or make it really seamless, you have to lower the barrier for entry for people being able to attain the good cards. And this set here will make the game a lot more affordable, and in the grand sense of things, is for the greater good for the Yu-Gi-Oh community. I'm the Showpack guy. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want. You don't have to do so. Really cool if you did. And so until next time, see you later. But yeah, collectors, stop complaining, stop promoting. This is for the greater good. See ya.